Alright, this is a Sci-Fi cafe, and we're playing Pax Nova Beyond the Rift, as you can see. This is the third attempt on doing this Let's Play in these videos. The sound didn't really cooperate. It's set to a maximum in some sense, and it kinda swallows my voice. So I can't really comment on the impressions that I have and so on. We'll try this way. I will try it this way. I have tested some of the levels. We'll see. At very least we can chat while we play like this. So yeah, let's start a new game. I want to go straight to the DLC content. We have these three new factions here. They are basically three banners, three nations under the same race, but we have here the original ruling clan, that's the Ere clan, and we have the Ere Regency and the Fear sect. Fear sect is basically a pirate sect. So the Ere clan is basically this sort of kind of insectoid species, very interesting to look at, and it's controlled by this matriarch. The matriarch, the one called Matriarch Vir, an elder that is supposed to have thousands of years, or at the very least to have been resurrected somehow several times to rule these guys. And the story around this species actually begins when this larva, because they actually hatch cocoons, and they are larvae that hatch cocoons. Amidst the thousands and thousands of new cocoons, one cocoon presented a small larva that had psionic powers, and psionic powers that this larva had would allow it to become ruler instead of the matriarch. And the matriarch, understanding the danger, the matriarch decided to kill this larva called Seer M while it was still in the cocoon. Obviously, it used its own psionic powers to promote a revolution, promote a rebellion against the Ere clan and the matriarch, and basically it's a faction that broke apart. The Fear sect is basically a bunch of pirates that sells its services, to both sides, selling weapons, fighting, and so on. So they flourished as pirates amidst this conflict. I'm gonna go out and play the Ere Regency. We have the advantage of the tier because they lay eggs and have this insectoid existence. They have bonuses as far as population goes, mostly. So it's basically, they have a common trait for them is population growth, things like that, but they are more destructive for the most part because of this. For example, they are dissonant. They have a penalty for the path of harmony because of their constant growth and their predatory nature. In particular, these guys, the Ere Regency, they have mystical intelligence advantage. Each new research generates plus 0.3 ether, or ether. Foresight starts with a plus 6 knowledge, so very scientifically inclined, and Scholars starts with a base bonus of plus 3 research production. That's exactly what I want now. I want to build one of these species, one of those scientific species that basically has established itself amidst the spacefaring species because of the advanced technology. So that's their drift, that's their thing. Or at least that's how I'm gonna intend to portray these guys, like high-tech aliens. Alright. So yeah. They also have their seal. Holding the seal gives an empire-wide bonus Okay, could have hyphenized empire-wide to make it easier to read. Of +1 on prosperity to its owner. Okay, so it becomes more prosperous if you have the seal of the Ere Regency. Then Titan Technomancers, armor for ground class units, provides 120 health and costs 400 CR and 1 titanium to build. Adds 2 more special modules, so this is very interesting. And Home Wonders unlocks the Wonderful Home Edict. Every natural wonder within your cities. Okay, cut the within your city's borders. This surely will fix as time goes by. Will cause the respective cities' prosperity to increase by +1 for 25 turns. So they have prosperity inclined advantages clearly, seal-wise and exclusive technology-wise, but we need obviously to reach out for these techs. So yeah, we are gonna play this faction. I actually had set the game. I was tweaking these babies here. Let's go to the advanced settings. I would like to play. This is standardized for medium, but I would like to play high aggressiveness for wild creatures to make the game a bit more dangerous. Let's see the advanced settings. What can we tweak around here? I never really look at it. Starting world 1. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 worlds. Okay, let's put world 1. So oh, great. I can actually choose the enemies that I want to be established in determined worlds, and I can establish the type of worlds I wanna play in: ancient, oceanic, rock, arid, ice, or sulfuric. And I can also establish the size of these worlds. That's the thing that I wanted to know if I could tweak, because sometimes I actually like to push towards certain extremes as far as climate and environment goes. I like, for example, to play Civilization in young worlds, Civilization 6, Civilization 5. In young worlds, probably cold or arid. I like this. I like these tweaking elements in as far as scenario goes. Makes for an interesting variety, but I'm not going to touch these. I would probably, if I was to push a faction inside the game, I would probably at the very least pull in the Ere clan, because of the classic opposition between Ere Regency and the Ere clan. But for role-playing purposes, I'm just going to pretend these guys ran away to found their own base, and let's see if the random nature of the game cooperates by allowing us to flee the sphere of influence in the combat against the Ere clan or not. So that's going to tell a little bit about our story, our imagined story. So let's start. Ere Regency. The Ere Regency is led by Sir Im, one of Matriarch Veer's many millions of offspring. Okay. When his mother discovered he had somehow inherited her mystical powers at birth, she tried to have him disposed of. Okay. She tried to dispose of him, okay. However, he had predicted her plans before he even hatched. Not only he survived a full-blown rebellion, but a full-blown rebellion followed with the support of his regent and many of his mother's former allies. This needs to be rewritten, and my English isn't nearly as good as it should be, and I'm not a native speaker, as anyone can notice already, and I can see that there are syntactic problems in these texts and so on. So this is heavy, but okay. Despite Sir M still being just a larva, still inside his regent's incubator, the ensuing war he led ultimately ended with the destruction of their homeworld and the exile of the survivors to Elves. This is kind of the underlying theme for this game. Every faction is kind of moving away from its natural environment, trying to look for a new place to colonize, to populate, places that can actually, a new place that can actually, or new places that can actually bring prosperity to the species, to the civilization, to the faction in question. So everyone's kind of running away from disaster, from war, from natural disaster, and so on. Basically, they are all, in a sense, exiles, runaways, survivors. This is the interesting topic of this game. Also like a lot what they did with the art for the game. It reminds me a lot of those old sci-fi book covers, ranging from Burroughs' work, I don't know, John Carter of Mars, and the Barsoom series, or Merriam Zimmer Bradley's Darkover series. It's 26 books. It's unbelievable work. The day I finally write my sci-fi book or books, I would like to build something as comprehensive, rich, and interesting as these guys have. We'll see. And yeah, so yeah, this is. I like what they did here. The tones, the use, the way the art uses blue, black, and some lavender tones in order to communicate this eeriness. What they do with the light and shadow, dynamics within this portrait here is very good. It involves some sort of mystery, but at the same time shows quite a lot as far as a civilization, a lost civilization, or a current civilization would be in this game. So it's very immersive. Continuing, look at this now. The transition from tones, blue, green. We had to leave Terry 5 behind, as it had no future. Now that we have finally arrived at our destination, okay, and preparing to take the rest of our crew out of cryostasis, we have no time to look back to those we left behind and the fate of our homes. We can only look ahead to what awaits us below. Yeah, this needs to be rewritten, but I get the spirit of the narrative at least. We don't know what dangers and mysteries we'll be facing, but we have no other choice other than to be prepared. Okay, so basically war destroyed their planet, they are running away, and their greatest pain, they can't look back towards those that were left behind. They can't even conceive saving their homeland, their homeworld. Alright. Oh yeah, this is kind of approaching Clutunia 2. Every game opens with this screen. So Clutunia 2, wow. Yeah, it looks like it has some sort of filter over it. Yes, very interesting. Okay, main quest. Now that we have finally landed on a planet with suitable living conditions, we can finally start thinking about settling down. Sorry. We have been given the chance to start over before, and we shall make the most of this opportunity. Start over before. Start over. Okay. Set your first city, and I get 2 ether because of this. Look at the ship. How cool it is. So cool, man. Welcome to Pax Nova. Can be a complex game, and this tutorial's purpose is to guide you through its various features and can be disabled anytime. You guys, you really need to up the game on your English. Really. There's barely any syntactic structure in these phrases. I'm not trying to punch down the game, trying to bring down the game, but I have rudimentary skills in English, and if I can notice, a native can notice this for sure. Maybe someone that is native to English, maybe some English native speaker, will find it difficult to understand what is written here. Anyway, re-enabled or reopened by pressing the tutorial button. Okay. Now that we have safely arrived in Eos, our first priority should be to choose our first technology and set our first city. As as it has always been with these civ-like games. Once selected, we can order our transport arc to settle a new city by pressing the Settle New City button in the Unit Actions control panel. Okay, this is very... It's the usual. We should look for a location close to towns, strategic resources, rivers, mountains. Trying to stay clear of the nests and creatures. Settling too close to another faction may also cause tension between us later on. Yeah, I'm not gonna be researching all this area, searching all this area for other cities and civilizations. I'm just gonna settle. If I decide it's mine, there are some ruins. It's mine. Okay, this would be okay. Move your expedition ship, settling on your city. We should choose which technology. Okay. Thank you. So let's see, what do we have here? What's this? Planes +1 food production. We have Eternian here, which is very interesting. I'm not going to be able to explore it now, but maybe later. Properties that can be used for a variety of medical products require medical. Let me see if I can't really click. Can't. Let me just do one small thing. Move my capture screen, because my capture window, sorry, because it's right in the middle of the path here. There, I can't see these things couldn't see these things because it was just up there. So I have progress charts, the tutorial, the codex. Codex will certainly explain these things for me. I just wish we had a search box in here. And there should be a way for me to just enter the codex by reading about these elements and so on. Let's see if I can find anything here. So the factions, gameplay, units, diplomacy, sieging, space mining artifacts, the universe. No, let's see. I can see that I actually moved the box right over. This little box kind of bothers me, to be quite honest. There's one thing I can do though of course you can see the box. I'm moving it around like crazy here. Okay. I think this would be less intrusive. Yeah, I can't find anything about these elements, not directly at least. Maybe it will. Let me see if I can do space mining. Space mining, well, this isn't the case. Creature sieging. Yeah. Okay, well, in due time, I might be able to find something. Find something that helps me. But anyway, so I know what Genium does. We also have these, provides a +1 bonus to research production. Yeah, this is very ideal for me, because it's a very ideal territory for me. If only because I can use these areas of infested land to boost my research production. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move this guy here, and I'm gonna build my first city here. The mountains will kind of clog and stop my development, because I won't be able to use that hex, that tile. But I have plenty of tiles here that I can use, plenty of good tiles. Yeah, I think it's here. Let's found the city. Oops, no, found the city. Yeah. There we go. Can move around the map. Fog of war, items of interest, much more. Okay, one per hex. This one. Currently selected unit. Fine. Okay. Each unit has a certain counter health, movement, damage, and experience. Once a unit reaches a certain amount of experience, it levels up, improving its health and damage. Depending on the type of terrain the unit is in, it can gain certain bonuses such as +1 vision if on a hill, or 25 plus 75% defense during combat if on a forest, for example. That's very good to know. Crossing through sea costs 2 moves, except for ship units. Okay, so any unit can cross seas. We knew that already, but sea units flow better, so to speak. Alright, so we gain 2 ether. Main quest, new chapter, main quest, new main quest. The citizens of our capital city of New Turi are both terrified and excited by what lies ahead. We can't let them down. We must get to work immediately and show them the way forward. Might not have another chance. Reach level 3 in New Turi. Okay. And then we gain Path of Bliss. Food production, labor production, potential can be used by districts if we have a citizen assigned to them. Other than allowing players to use hexes within the city's border, each district type has a certain functionality, and some can be further improved with certain district improvements requiring the district type be placed either on or near a certain type of terrain and adjacent to a specific district. Okay. To assign a citizen to an existing district, select this respective icon. When inside the city panel, pressing the icon again will unassign it. So yeah, okay. Provide respective effects and can be improved. Okay. In the case of spaceport and military districts, units can't be built. Citizens are in the base of our faction and new ones will be born over time. How fast that happens depends on your city's prosperity. Good. Prosperity is influenced by how much food the city produces versus how much it's consuming. Pollution, citizen employment, and several faction-wide factors like statuses and edict. Pollution is added as new districts. District improvements and certain local projects are built in the city, but can be reduced depending on the number of forest tiles that are within its borders. It has a very interesting mechanic here. It's kind of like Civ 6. It's the thing that I love about Civ 6. You have kind of have to build your city and consider how the tiles are gonna match and how they're gonna fit and how they're gonna, you know. So that's the thing that it's very interesting. I like the idea. It's very simple as well in here specifically because you don't have really lots of types of districts really, as far as I've seen at least. Might have more in the future as we go up the development tiles. Okay, we'll check this in a second. Cities level up over time once they reach a certain amount of harmony. As level up, their borders expand and new hexes become available to build on. To force the city to expand to certain hexes, residential districts can be built. Okay. Reaching certain levels also increasing the city's rank, gaining 1 extra citizen plus 100 city defense, and all defense districts in the city get a bonus of plus 10 damage. Fine. So now that we have settled the city, we can see that we have 2 more tiles, very interesting tiles in here. And that means I might be inclined to build a residential district right here so I can expand the city towards this area here. Before I do this, let's check what these do. I have a clue. Okay, what's this? Portal to Clutunia 4 can be used to teleport to another planet. Wow, that's great. It might be dangerous as well. Who left this here? Probably the ancestor race of this game. Okay, so this is very interesting. I might just connect these 2 worlds and yeah. In levitating stones, planetary landmark. This planetary landmark reduces pollution by last 1 in a city if within its borders. The forest does sort of like the same, but the bonus is the pollution reduction is way smaller. So yeah, this produces 8 if I can gobble it. Wow, this is very, very good. So yeah, what I'm gonna do here is, first things first, let's enter New Turi. I have 1 citizen right now, so we really should work. I'm gonna have a second citizen in 5 turns. What I should have right now is a way of speeding up things by building, for example, a farming district right here. And once we're done, we're gonna build a residential district to make the city grow towards these 2 babies here, and a research district. And of course, we're gonna arm ourselves soon enough. But the idea is to be more and more of a scientific scientific power. That's where we're gonna do. So fine. I think I can hear it, can I? I guess. I could put the research, I have 20, so 3 turns. This should take me 6 or 7 turns. Yeah. And then I could plop down residential district here. So at 3, 6, 10. So this is the layout, the initial layout for the city that I actually want. And yeah, this is going to take a lot of time and a lot of resources. So in the meantime, let's choose the research. And I'm not even going to insist too much on it, but I'm just gonna go for scientific development and these trees here, these branches here, so I can develop technologies, interesting technologies, and then maybe I'm gonna come down here and develop some armored battle engineers and armored warfare, just so I can protect myself. I must remember, since I'm trying to roleplay this, I imagine that these guys, because they are psionics, they would have an easier ride if they went for scientific development, and everything else would come out of it. But they still need to be armed in order to flee their enemies, or to defend from their enemies in case they appear. So yeah, researching new technologies is vital to enhance the faction, but each one requires a certain amount of research production. Each technology has one or more effects once they are researched, but new unit modules improvements. Be it new unit modules, improvements, bonuses, path points, new edicts, etc. The research tree is divided in 3 branches: military, industry, and science, with each one containing technologies related to that, to each topic, of course. Additionally, the tech tree is divided in 4 eras. To progress to a new era and unlock its respective technologies, the player must have a certain amount of knowledge, which is gained through various means, more commonly by researching new technologies. Special projects can be unlocked over time depending on players' actions and events, for example, with these working similarly to normal technologies, with each requiring certain era. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go technocracy first. Fantastic. Move units. I have a scout. I'm tempted to send the scout through the portal just because, yeah. But I'm gonna explore these ruins first. Explore the world a little bit. Maybe I'm gonna build a military district and then a new scout and send it forward. Our crew has arrived at the destination. We don't know the origin of these ruins, but they appear to be very ancient and might hide valuables. What should we do about them? Search. The crew appears to have stumbled upon a group of slust, and they seem very annoyed at our presence. This is bad because I'm gonna get attacked by them, and right by the side of my city, by the way. But they are gonna attack the scout. I might try. Oh, okay, we have an independent city already here. Hot. Alright. Minor factions can range from institutes selling unique technologies, citadels offering a wide array of services and trade deals to trade companies selling strategic resources. They won't offer all their services without having a good relationship with us, however, requiring a certain amount of relations to unlock their new tiers. Okay. Relations improve over time and can grow faster if we send a delegation or they happen to be located within our borders. Additionally, making a donation will boost our relations. However, choosing any of these actions means we'll have to wait 15 turns before we can send another delegation or make another donation. Okay. I like the way they implement the diplomatic aspects of this game. Hello, Syrian. Jonas Alcantar. Okay. What's the purpose of your visit? Relations currently. Okay. Make a donation, send. Okay, they are... What's their deal here in Harchen? Okay, they have medical supplies they can sell, they have a common archaic data pad, and I can invite immigrants. Okay. I can buy them out, be able to acquire everything, 25% share, requires relations 100, cost 10 influence. Okay. Our relations aren't good. Okay, obviously. Okay. 0.1. I really wish we had ways, means, we had some way of understanding what's the deal of the city. Like in city states from Civ, you actually know if the cities are inclined to war, economy, religion, or whatever. I think that the game kind of leans towards this. And here, for example, it's kind of medical. It's kind of like medical tech. They are kind of scientists for the benefit. I imagine Harjin as it's placed here, as it's presented here, as kind of this utopian city, or this attempt at an utopian city, taking care of the health of its citizens, recovering ancient technology, and so on. Kind of like the Federation of Planets in Star Trek, but only a little city. There was an episode also that addressed things like this. So let's end the turn. We're gonna have to take the heat here. Yeah, last 57. That hurt. That did hurt, and I'm paralyzed as well. I think I might lose this guy. Let's take a look at this. Okay, what's this lust? 90 points, 50 points of damage. It actually delivered 54. That's interesting. Add some bonus that I couldn't see. Okay, it can see 3 hexes around itself. That's very bad. I hope it actually follows the set. I'm gonna have to change my plans. I think I'm gonna need a military outpost here, a military district here, way sooner than I thought, because this beast, if it doesn't follow my scout, it's gonna turn its eyes to my city. It can see it. It can see everything around here, apparently. So, yeah, this is gonna hurt. I'm gonna have to take the risk. I don't know. Let me see. I don't have any further info on them, do I? I can't really. Yes, I just have the info that this little panel gives. Run around Fender nests if applicable, weak against kinetic damage weapons. Okay, so that's what I need to beat them. 25% chance of being able to mind control another target during combat. When under mind control, a unit can move or attack. So that's what's happened here, because that's why it's just a glowing purple or something like that. It can't attack, can't move. In fact, even the indicators of movement have vanished. The dots and spheres, the dots and circles that indicate movement have vanished. Okay. My scout has 13 points of life. It's actually 13 health points, sorry. No attack. Oh god. Armor unit and light. Can move fast. Okay, it's under mind control. Stats less for 4 turns? It's dead. I'm gonna lose it. There's no way I can save that scout. That's bad luck. Yeah, got destroyed. Fine. I want to see what this guy's gonna do now. You know? See if it turns towards the city. Have successfully finished our research on technocracy. Placing science first above everything else for the benefit of the people isn't just an ideology, it's a necessity. Pharaoh Ramses XII. Technocratic leadership type unlocks technocratic leadership type. Greatly rewarding those who further advance our society motivates our brightest minds to be much more productive, even if it means those who aren't quite bright enough will be left out. So research production, yeah, it's a technocracy. Our scientists will be the leaders of this enlightened society. That's it. We are the enlightened bugs. Seeking knowledge, science, and power throughout the galaxy. Alright, so +2 in research production, proceed with fully control, and +3 per other source we are exploiting. So yeah, path enlightenment by 3. I really need to reach out for that for this here. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna get there. So yeah. For now, let's see. Let's choose another research. I'm gonna go for what can I mine here? Eternium. Yes, I'm gonna go for medical miracle so I can mine Eternium. right here eventually. Wait, should I go for it now? Because it's gonna take some time. I'm gonna build the residence here, so it's gonna grow west. We also have here another source of ether, so yeah, another ether anomaly. Okay, let's go back to the research panel. Let me see here. Just medical care, I think, helps advance the path of bliss. No, megalabs. Let's go megalabs instead of this, because megalabs will actually allow me to improve my research production. Because yeah, I can improve the district. Path of enlightenment plus 3 by 3. Could just go military as well. I need kinetic damage, anti-armor, ray, some resistance here, deathmatch. Could just try to reach this. Would be fine, but anyway. What kind of damage do you deliver? Melee attack. Fit and ready, yeah. Yeah, melee damage. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take the risk. Let's go. We're gonna gamble. Oh, it really didn't turn towards my city. It just sits there. Of course, if I want to go towards that direction, I'm gonna need to. I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm gonna build my military district. I'm gonna have to build a military district. It's somewhere very inconvenient, apparently. I'm gonna have to lose some researcher. I'm gonna have to eat away this forest here that kicks back and could produce. It actually had more production here. Huh. Might be able to build it here and then move it around later on, I think. I'm also gonna need a citizen here, so it's problematic. In order to produce scouts and stuff like that. Special farm research, military district. I'm gonna have to plop it down here. I'm gonna need one. Nothing I can do. Clearly the game is way more dangerous than I foresaw when I upped the aggressiveness of these guys. But anyway. Okay. Let's just hit the end turn button. This is not the usual way. I remember the first time I played, it wasn't just hitting the button for 7 or 8 turns. In fact, we are actually making several important decisions here. Anyway, strong winds have started to hit Clutunia too. Strong winds cause units to be unable to use long-range attacks, and all cities in the planet will produce 50% less in pollution. Okay, strong winds will last for at least 20 turns. That's very good. Fantastic. Look how they represent these strong winds. Cool. End turn. Okay, so now we have. The problem is that we have these 3 areas here, and I have to keep the citizens just locked down if I am to. Let me see one thing. I can't really put this just producing. This is the normal output of the city. In order to generate the effects of the district, I have to lock down the citizens in there. So I'm gonna have another citizen in 11 turns. City we're going 13 turns, so I'm gonna be able to either put the guy on researcher here to produce another scout, but I might produce a scout here just to run around, and then move the guy over here to increase science, and then try to explore these babies here. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. But I really want this to be inside my city, because if I am thinking this through correctly, once this portal is within my city, anyone that wants to come across it will necessarily have to enter war with me because it's gonna enter my territory, or if anyone else wants to use this gate, it's gonna have to come across it's gonna have to go through my territory. So either it's gonna have to have an open borders agreement with me, or it's gonna have to declare war on me. So yeah, we're gonna put that hypothesis to the test. Okay, it went away. Good. Fantastic. Still building up. A message I bring. A very powerful group from beyond this galaxy I represent. Essence shards we seek. Help us you shall, and gifts and power give back to you we shall. Friends we are not, but foes are we neither. Help each other we shall. Yes? So this is another edition of the DLC. The soul shards, or essence shards, sorry. And look at the mask of the guy. Nice conception. Very nice conception. Look at this. Wow, look at this. This is very interesting. Okay. Represents a group from beyond Eos and wants to trade with anyone willing to help. They seem to be particularly interested in essence shards and are willing to give us immense power to obtain these. I don't like these Faustian pacts that we with unknown guys. I don't know what this guy is. Might as well be a monkey paw, but anyway. Every 30 turns, a new random card is given to the player. That, once used, will go back to the pile and can be re-added, with some exceptions. Once the player has 12 cards in hand, he can't have any new ones until he used at least one. Each new card represents an offer and can be activated at any time, assuming the requirements are met. If I actually had written this text, I wouldn't say that we receive cards and can have 12 in hand. I would say that we have proposals, we have alternative agreements, and eventually these guys will not offer anymore if you don't take one. But I wouldn't use the term cards. It gives a tabletop experience feel that I don't really think matches with this kind of game, with these kinds of games. One essence shard. I have no essence shards. Summon strong winds in the target planet. At least 15 turns. Okay. Quest, search for knowledge. Path for the emissary. Okay. He wants you to get a certain amount of knowledge. I'm all for it. Okay. Reach 13 knowledge. Fine. This is something that is doable. Also, what's the purpose of this alien race, this alien species? Because it wants these essence shards that I have no idea what they are, and it actually wants me to reach out for knowledge. I know it's a mechanic that gives you quests or stuff like that, so you can obtain certain advantages in exchange of a currency, and it's interesting. It's a new currency for new advantages. Mechanically, it's interesting, but I want to know the lore behind these guys. This guy in particular. Bigger and better labs can only improve our productivity. That's not really okay. CEO Fozy. Mega Lab District Movement unlocks the Mega Lab Research District improvement. Improves the productivity of this research district, increasing its research production output by 1. Okay. Need another research, so now I have Mega Labs. I could go for a leader scientist. There's another edict here. Okay. What I'm gonna do now, I think I'm gonna go for battle engineers first here. And then I'm gonna go back here and do this in 9 turns. Just so I can arm myself a little bit. Okay. In the meantime, this is still being built. Let me check diplomacy. I'm still alone apparently. As far as civilizations go, new tree, okay, no. Okay, that's the window I was looking for. Player meets the requirements. Okay, yes, this is... So this is very interesting. This shapes out kind of government you have. One thing that I want to change is this. I want to change technocratic. But to be a technocrat, I need 1 point of liberty and 2 of pragmatism, as if to translate that my society would have individuals dedicated to reason and with relative freedom to experiment and pursue their own ideas, their own experiments. So yeah, there are others. Heavy-handed, for example, you need 1 authority and 1 pragmatism. Makes a lot of sense. Basically, it's incentive to work through power. Bureaucratic, to impose a bureaucracy or install a bureaucracy on your city or on your empire. You need nothing really. Yeah, it's kind of like mechanic. I like the way they work this. Laissez-faire, 2 liberty makes a lot of sense as well. Okay, so I can't really change this right now, but I can try to pass an edict here using some points of influence. I can gain authority as well. Increasing labor production. Here increases also income in all cities by 40%. Free healthcare. It would cost me 5 CR. Increases prosperity in every city controlled by +1. This would be very useful as well. I spent some credits in order to intensify the growth of my city, and I have single-use edict. Delivered speech in nature preservation can only be passed once. +3 liberty. Advances path of Gaia by 3. So I can gain the liberty I need, for example, for, say, I don't think there is anything that... let me see here. For laissez-faire, for example. Or for technocratic by presenting this edict, spending 2 influence in this edict here. Of course, I have to choose between this and this. I need 2 pragmatism, so I should start right away with this one, for example. And, well, I actually like this one. It's going to give me the liberty I need. So it's a nice combination for technocratic, this, because now I have exactly what I need for technocracy. Of course, I still need to reach the right turn so I can change it, and I still have 20-something turns to do so. 26 more turns, so yeah. But anyway, I have the political capital, so to speak, now. Alright. I love these little details in this game. Reminds me a little bit of the factions in Endless Space 2. And the politics, the way they are playing. I love the way they play politics in that game. Love it. Okay. So, another turn goes. Fantastic. Now I have this. Let me see if I move this guy from 12 turns. Yeah, I don't want this to take me 12 turns. Okay, I should be able... Oh, it's still not ready, so leave it here for now so its city can grow. Return. Still there, the previous autosave again, confirm. Just save over. Save upon it. Battle engineers. We have successfully finished our research on battle engineers. I don't care how we obliterate our enemies as long as I don't have to tolerate their existence anymore. Inquisitor Valon II. The quotations are kind of meh. They could be a little more philosophy infused, I guess. You know, to become more idiosyncratic, more distinct. For example, Inquisitor Valon could say something about cleansing of aliens, or it would be heavy-handed, of course, but that's kind of the idea. Or he could say something about reading humankind of foreign ways of thinking. Stuff like that would be so amazing, man. Anti-armor damage weapon for ground class units, deals 45 damage and costs 50 CR to build. Ray damage weapon ground class units, deals 75 damage. Alright. Okay, so leave it like this for now, and let's choose another research. And should we go deathmatch? Deathmatch is interesting since I have beasts at the doors, but for now I think I'm gonna go this way so I can reach this here, you know? Okay, turn 13. And yes, our military. Okay, I need 2 turns to everything to grow a citizen, so I'm gonna wait. Just gonna wait. I'm not gonna mess around, because if I move this guy from here, 4 turns. If I move this guy from here, 4 turns. So it's not worth it, really. I just would just click the end turn button twice more and have what I want. Easier. A lot easier. Fantastic. Now I have a 3rd citizen. Okay, that's being thrown over there. Oh, great. We got a portal and another interesting area for research over there. Fantastic, fantastic. So let me get this and move here. Leave this guy here so I can research faster. This is awesome, really. Fine. So might as well build a defensive position here, but anyway, let's get to build ground units, build armor units, scout, 2 turns. I'm gonna build 2 scouts and turn. So I'm gonna take 4 turns of the citizens, this citizen unit service, to build 2 scouts, 1 to go across the portal, 1 to explore this world. Finished our research on medical miracle. Our creation is a miracle, but we need another one if we are to survive. Rinsai Son We. Again, could be so much more interesting. Eternian allows the exploration of Eternian strategic resource, has properties that can be used for a variety of medical products. That's very interesting. I want to know how to use Eternian, in fact. Now I have a justification. Now I have ways of mining this. Very interesting. Okay, now I have a scalp back again. Fine. Okay, and someone is around here. Dynasty of Suns. I don't know who you are. Okay. But anyway, I'm gonna go south. This guy. I also have Ethereal's creature level 1. I would love to know the lore behind these creatures. Look at that. They are kind of humanoids. Interesting. Okay. Let's choose another research. Place our borders activation. Okay, so I can grow forests here now. Hospital districts provide all sorts of medical care. Increasing prosperity by 2 can be improved if built next to residential district. Material harmony. This for other sources, it's useful, but I don't want it now. I think I'm gonna go for lead scientist. Yes, because then I'll have a new edict to play with. In effect... Okay, I could use 2 influence now for this one, couldn't I? It's a single use. Advancing the path of Gaia. Yeah, I'm gonna pass this edict, gain liberty, scored liberty, and yeah. I still don't have the points to move anywhere in here. So yeah, doesn't matter. It's something that I could do, and yeah. helped a little bit. So now let's see. End turn. King Duozi is gesturing to us and trying to say something. However, we can't seem to understand anything. We need to study their language before we can communicate. Okay. Dynasty of Suns. Or Dynasty of Suns, okay. Never mind, I won't be able to relate to this guy right now. Oh, look at that. They are pursuing me. These guys. Fine. Search the ruins. 300 CR. Worth it. Let me see, what do you have? Yes, I think you can... No, apparently you can't. You can do kinetic damage against me. Can I move you further? I can. Then go. Time to explore. Fine. Yeah, the scout should be ready soon enough. And I think it's time for me to produce something that will actually protect me. Maybe some tanks. Something that delivers explosive damage, artillery damage. I don't know what an engineer unit does. Reminds me a little bit of the engineer units from Command and Conquer. Also didn't know what they did at first when I first played, and I played recently. I didn't play the original, unfortunately. Okay, so kinetic damages with these guys. Melee damage is a type of damage, clearly. Anti-armor and ray damage. So I want light infantry unit. Fine. I'm gonna have to draw some units. I'm gonna get the light infantry, for example. Let me just look at the armor. How cool is it? Wow, look at this. Players can customize and create new units, designs, or templates. There are 3 unit types: ground, armored, and ship. Each of these units have their own subtypes, such as heavy tanks or light infantry. Each unit is divided in 3 components: weapon, armor, and special module, which can affect their damage and damage type, health, moves, vision, and give the unit special abilities, and special properties, such as better defense against the specific damage types, for example. Okay. Specific weapons, armors, and special modules require specific strategic resources and or ether, with each one having a base credit and labor production cost. Special modules can add bonuses or special abilities, many of which require ether to be activated. These can range from healing other units to terraforming terrain, and can often be the difference between winning and losing a battle. Makes combat should be very instigating. Wow, look at this. I'm fascinated by this armor. Look at this. Amazing. So kinetic damage is with guns, the rest is melee, ray, and anti-armor. Okay, there will be probably explosive damage, stuff like that. Not here, of course. So I need this. I don't really have any way to change these guys into anything else right now. And this is what I need, sort of. Let me see if those ethereals, what kind of damage affects these little guys here. Oh, they are out of range. They are out of my sight now. Okay, doesn't matter. Fine. Let's get in here again. I should produce light infantry, but that beast had 90. It had a high health, so I need more than one unit to do the damage. But I would like to open the northern part of the map and try to take care of these guys. Okay, still have... do I need another scout? No, I don't need another scout. I have one more turn, so I'm gonna wait. See if the little creatures reappear inside my... Okay, they did. They're following my scout. Excellent. So they deliver melee damage. Are they vulnerable to anything, these guys? Fit and ready. They are ethereal. What kind of damage would kill ethereal creatures? Because I have the feeling that it's very different than the other one in nature. Let me see. Yeah, okay, it went south on the map. Should really move towards this area here. Alright. I also have another. Let me try to go across this portal. Oh, we can't use land portals yet. Okay. What should we do to use land portals then? Okay, certainly. It's in another era. Capital ships, space builders, space invaders, space colonization. Oh, okay. Here. It's on level 3 land portals. Allows our units to travel using land portals. So I have to reach level 3 in tech. Okay. Storm blast ability. Neighboring unit by 30%. Okay. And about this. I want this. Death March. I'm gonna research this next. 30 finished leader scientist. Leading scientist, I guess. Okay, so the plan didn't quite work out, but I still find it enticing, and the portal enticing, and I find that having an extra scout is very useful, even if it costs me a little. In the meantime, I really should consider building new stuff in the city. Such as... I don't know if I should build it right now, because I don't have the citizens to work everywhere, so... yeah. What I could do, on the other hand, is just try to prepare another farming area. Leave it there. And, yeah. Because that way I could already try to boost citizen growth in the city. I'm just growing it vertically. I could just build a settler and try to build my second city around here. But I need to explore a little bit further first. I'm kinda spooked by the savage life in this world. Alright, let's go. Go on, enter. Okay, let me just press ask whatever. Okay, it helped. Okay, return and turn. It wasn't ending because it was marked with a scout. But now it did. Straight, go. Alright. Okay. What do we have here? Vermion nest. Yeah, my scouts are the unluckiest people in the world. Okay, look at this, cool. We actually have branching continent here. Branching continent. Two split land masses. Interesting. I'm gonna send this guy up north. Let me get this guy here and send him as far away as I can. Okay, we have a ship. Next turn you're gonna visit this ship. Very interesting, okay. My scouts have a tendency for dying. So, light infantry, vanguard. I think I might just try to produce 1 or 2 tanks. just to be sure. 5 turns? No. Let me do one thing here. I have prepared the scouts and so on. Let me just work on the city growth now. Yeah. And I'm gonna build a farming district right in the back, and then I'm gonna dismantle it some other time. For now, let's use this. Get more citizens. Okay. Oh no, wait. I have the Dynasty of Sons. I would like to. They respect me. Wow. 12 points of respect. We have the same leadership type. They're impressed with our technology. Yes. That's kind of the point. But there's one thing that I would love to do. I'm not gonna research Death March for now. I'm gonna go... No, not Road to Ere 2. I'm gonna study Corvus communication right after. I want to talk to these guys. Okay, and soon you're gonna go into space. Return, fine. Now, let me just... where is it? Where is Harmgen? Okay. I'm gonna send a delegation there. I don't have the influence, I guess it costs 4 influence. I can donate 700 to then improve relations for 7 Americans. So many goes to Eternian. No. Let me see if how's the health of my citizens here? Pollution is low. I have a fair amount of prosperity right now. Okay. I'm gonna wait for a little bit. I'm not gonna spend all this kind of money on these relationships. Let's wait till I can. Okay, there they go. They're blocking my way. Are these vermin workers? Poisonous. 10% chance of causing irradiated status, reducing target's health by +5 for 10 turns. So that's very interesting. So far I have creatures of ether. I have that beast that I found on some ruins. Probably since I'm kind of role playing this, I imagined that beast had something to do with the formation of those ruins at some point, or at the very least its ancestors, or they just entered and waited to prey on innocent people that attempted to enter that area. Let me see, how far can I go with these guys? And now I have these poisonous vermin on the other side here, nesting. It's a tough world. I wonder if these are species that were taken by some ancestor race and went out of control, overtaking the environment and such. Our cruise at the destination, the shipwreck, appears to have been here for quite some time, but might still hold something of value. That's interesting. There are spacefaring civilizations or spacefaring nations or groups and ships, and then you find shipwrecks and ruins, and you can't really know what transpired or happened in here. But I think that the main quest will kind of explain it as you play the game. So very, very interesting. Search the shipwreck. Or activated a trap entering group for 40 health. Ah, damn it. Okay. One thing that I can do though is just sit down and heal. Yeah, that's the point. I'm gonna recover here. Can't path around that. There was a trap. Okay. Meaning that someone has gone. Okay, I don't care for this right now. Later. Leader scientists. The ideal leader is one whose knowledge is above every citizen under her wing. Yeah, this kinda has a hyper stoicism beat. Empress Toa. but it could be tailored a bit better. Government Research Grants Edict unlocks the Government Research Grants Edict, increases research production by +1 per city. Costs 5 CR per city. Let me see my finances here. 61, spending 27, yeah, worth it. Totally worth it. War effort. No, I don't want any war efforts. I want this. Yeah, well, I didn't realize, but the way I'm playing this is kind of a democratic society, this one. You know? A meritocracy, democratic meritocracy, or at the very least a liberal meritocracy. In a sense, technocracy, of course. That's where I'm going with it. It's interesting. I like the way it's been tailored. So basically, the discourse that it had is just, let's try to develop our cities, our civilization in the best way possible. We'll create an utopia far away from the clans, far away from the matriarch, the tyranny of the matriarch. Nice discourse. Not as warriors, but as free thinkers. Those capable of disagreeing and stuff like that, and living in freedom. They already have tanks here. The light tank. Yeah, the Dynasty of Sons is actually, I wouldn't say that they are warmongers, but yeah, they're certainly doing something. Okay, study Corps communication special project, study Corps language, dialects and methods of communication allowing us. Okay, this should also bring us closer to them. Hello, Sir M. Why are you here? Yes, why am I here? We would like to... I don't have the influence to do any of these, I guess, yet. 3 influence, start first contact. I can wait 18 turns to start first contact. That would be awesome. I could use influence. Could use some influence in here. Could use... employ my influence, I mean. Outside of that, I don't really have anything that I can offer them, I guess. I could try to buy influence from them. Factions can send proposals to each other, with each item having a perceived value depending on several factors, including affinity, trust, and respect, might. Different proposal tones can affect that value, but can also carry consequences if the faction accepts the proposal, such as losing respect or affinity. I could just offer 100 credits. I'm gonna offer all that. Let's just see. I want 1 influence. Or 3. But this last 25 is not nice. Let me see if I can... Maybe if I offer 300, 100 per point of influence. No. So basically I'm buying... what I can imagine here is that my species is just arriving there and as they seek audience with Dynasty of Sons negotiator, they offer him money, they bribe him so he can feed his population with positive propaganda for my species of how advanced we are and how generous we are with the advancements, the utopian advancements we hold in our hands, or something like that, so we can approach them later on. That was my plan, sort of try to buy them out on influence. There's another thing. If I buy, they need influence to wage war. So, yeah, they actually. It's interesting to imagine what's happening here. You enter that city and bribe someone, or just gift something to someone and try to harness influence amidst the citizens. I imagine these guys sending a delegation to buy favor with noblemen or leaders or CEOs or whatever within that culture and city, and using that influence that they harnessed in there to stop war efforts, to stop agreements with other nations, and to push deals towards its own nation. It's very interesting, really, the idea. It's kind of, I like it. I like this idea a lot. You know, feels a little bit like real classic politics. Or maybe because you harnessed power within a foreign nation, a foreign empire, you turn to your own citizens, to your own enlightened scientists, to your own chambers, your own scientific chambers, or universities, or academias, or whatever. And you tell them that because of that they will have peace, they will be able to travel throughout the continent researching, and you prove that you stabilized life for your own empire, and then you harness influence to pass another edict, but just like saying, yeah, I granted this to you, I granted peace, I ensured that you'd have peace, that you would have prosperity, so now you have to approve. Now you know that my decisions are the best ones to be. Or maybe you're just cutting trade agreements between your powerful paragons and theirs, and because of that you have more votes, you have more support. I love to imagine this scenario. Still, I'm a bit short. I don't like the odds of this proposal, so could use Aether as well, with our Aether, to spice things up a bit. Maybe go a bit further in this. Yeah, I can go as high as 7 with it. Okay, send proposal. Acceptable stream, okay. Thank you. King Duosi. So King Duosi himself accepted gifts and decided to spread a nice word, a good word, and relinquished his rights to wage war. We're further away from a war. Now you guys thank me. Let me see if I can. I have the edicts. I can pass this edict now, but I'm not going to prepare for war because of this. No way. Slavery? No, we are not enslaved. We are not slave traders. We are not enslavers. That's the clan. That's the tier clan and the matriarch. Those aren't us. So you're gonna keep the influence. You're gonna keep the favors we just bought and use them later on. Okay. Let me just enter the diplomacy screen, see how are things right now. They don't trust me. They are xenophobes. Yeah, so less 5 because we minus 5 because we barely know each other, and minus 6 because they are xenophobes. Okay. But yeah, they aren't reliable as well, but this maneuver actually took, because they have no, that's not what I want. Goodbye. What I want now, I want to see if I can. I don't have access to your influence, do I? Because I would honestly love to know how much do you have. Having their defense fully replenished immediately. Okay. Wouldn't have been easy to wage war against these guys as well. Because of this, it would have to be a storm. We'll have to storm them. Well, I have one way out with this. I can't really see how how much influence that remains, but I can discover what they are about. One of the oldest and most reputed factions in Delta Corvi 4. And just a second. And for many centuries, the undisputed leaders of their homeworld, they are now a shadow of what they once were. Not only that, their hopes and dreams stand on the shoulders of young King Duozi, whose temperament and impulsiveness has led to some of his oldest advisors doubting him. He is, however, determined to prove them wrong and get the dynasty back to what it once was, and go into Eos is the first step towards that goal. Okay, so the Dynasty of Sons is impetuous. Okay, it's a kingdom, an impetuous kingdom, so I think it was a nice trade to get some influence in exchange of some cash. Gift to the king. Now his tank will remain, his tank and his soldiers, because he has soldiers as well, he's a vanguard. Okay. Will remain within their borders, and in the meantime we can explore this world and use that influence to harness power, maybe pass an edict or two, or maybe even grow closer to their dynasty, or even declare war. Who knows? Okay, now let's choose another research. Sorry, just get this guy still healing. Yeah, one more turn to choose research. So, supported the fertilizers. This unlocks the hospital. This is not for now. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna go road for Ere 2, and I'm gonna prepare my space exploration. I know I should do other things, maybe, but I really want to up my technology. This is kind of my thing in this game. You're gonna stay here for now. Okay, in turn. I'm gonna keep these guys at bay. I'm not gonna fight them right now. Okay, we have another nation now. Oh yes, that's interesting. They are all armed to the teeth here. Take a look. They have defense. These guys, Templar Order. Yes. This is why they're so militarily inclined. They have tanks as well, tanks and soldiers to defend themselves. Yeah, these guys are the military might of the world. Okay. Should start considering settler. Now that I have explored the area a little bit, maybe south. I could go south and block a city over there. Might be the case. Let me see how far. Or maybe, yeah, here we have tons of water and toxic land and so on. No, we'll think about it. Don't really. I could just build a second city amidst these ether sources here, for example. Way too close to this nest though. But I could, and I might anticipate the plan to harvest these and research the proper technology. Ether could at least be, for now, a nice trading city's about to grow. You won't go there, why? Fine, and stay where you are. You really won't go there, will you? Okay, so I'll leave this configuration because I need more citizens. I think it's... Okay, I think my city has a fair amount of pops right now, too. Yeah, it's just like just like Solis. I really need to work Solis against the Templar Order. Might 0. Okay. Figures. But my scientific development is uncontested. Problem is, if someone declares war against me, I'm just screwed. They're just gonna raise my city. But that's kind of what I wanted to go for, not militarily inclined civilization, but yeah. A proper, nice and proper scientific civ. Okay, let's go. Inquisitor Vilon II. Yeah, I understand nothing that you are saying. Okay, so... Okay, oh, wait. I have ruins here. Scout. It's your time to shine. Go north. Over here, through here. Yes. Through the mountains. Alright. And turn. Alright, one more. Let me just check this planet info. Okay. Strong winds. Oh, great. Very dense forest. Planet has 20% more forest tiles. Ether reach. This planet has 50% more reach. Ether resources colonizable. Okay. Hermiacota, Eternium, Pyrite. Alright. When it reaches 45 pollution, it will gain highly polluted air trait, reducing prosperity in the entire planet by 2. All factions with cities in the planet can activate a condemned pollution diplomatic option against the faction generating the most pollution in the planet, freezing their influence growth for 10. Great, okay. But it has plenty of ways to fight back pollution on this planet. Forests that bring it down, strong winds that are in effect right now. Interesting. Alright, research. Let me just check one thing. Let me see the quests that I have. Quests. Okay. I have to reach 13 knowledge now. And I get 3 essence shards. Oh, it's actually... Oh, cool. The quest is actually advancing. So if I reach 13, it will give me 3 essence shards. That's interesting. That's very cool. Okay. What do we have here? Grabbers. Ooh, look at that. Hideous. Has a 15% chance of causing the terrified status whenever these units attacks another. The terrified status decreases the unit's damage by 50%. Okay. Melee, they aren't very strong. And yeah, but I would love to stay away from these guys. What do we have here? Levitating stones as well. This is Pyrite. Yes. Probably yes, Pyrite. Recognize the color of the resource. Alright, so yeah. So, another turn. The escape pod doesn't appear to be functioning, however, it might hold something of value. What should we do? A search. Okay, we found a cache of osium. Great. Could have profited a bit better from that movement. Okay, we have another ruin here. Let's go. Appear to be very ancient. Very ancient, okay. Search. +5 Ozium. So basically this is the Ozium area. Cool. Someone made extensive use of Ozium here. Let's move towards this valley here. It's a chasm here. Go across. Move across, okay. Yeah, you're coming close. You're coming too close to me for comfort. I'm gonna go across this little sea here to find my third nation. Ashanti Union. Whoa, we have plenty of humans in this planet. Interesting. Alright, so I think I'm gonna wait till the Ashanti contact me. Would benefit from some human research. Let me see how it goes. Oh, okay, 6 turns for the road to Ere 2. Then I can go human communication. And I think I'm gonna 2 turns. Okay, so I can establish agreements with these guys. And I actually do want to build a settler now. I think I'm gonna do that, just that. Where should I put a new city? That's the question. I am actually thinking we're here. The set of Harchin. But I don't like this nest here, so yeah. Anyway, let me build a settler here. It's gonna eat away one of my citizens. Okay, build settler. Time for a second city. Okay, I don't understand her as well. I'll soon understand you. No worries. Should I pass this edict? I don't think that any of these edicts I can use. I don't really. I don't want an award it. I will not authorize this. I'm not gonna cancel this. I'm not gonna cancel this. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at the lore for the 2 new factions that I found. Born from the ashes of the ancient Ashanti kingdom and led by Queen Niobe, they managed to survive Africa's now mostly deserted lands and even thrive. Despite centuries of worldwide crisis and tension, what remained of the neighboring nations united under the banner of the Ashanti and built a very solid economy based on Africa's rich resources and kept a closed down but nearly utopic approach to society. Yeah, these guys would be interesting allies. Templar Order. The Templar Order was founded by Inquisitor Marceau a century before the Grand Voyage. Deep believers in the Rift and staunch opponents of secular rule, they blame Earth's downfall on godless and misguided governments and populations. They are the Miriam of this game, basically. Over the years, the Order grew, and Inquisitor Vilon II now commands a very strong army of deeply committed believers, ready to fight anyone who dares oppose the Rift. Okay, I like the idea. Okay. So I have one utopian, a pissed off king, the religious inquisitor, and me, the scientific utopian. Yeah. Alright, so end the turn. I'm the guardian of the gate. Ow! Damn it. Enemies. What's attacking me here? Iklas. And they can't paralyze me with mind control. I'm lucky they didn't. They do kinetic damage. Oh, Lord. Okay, let me see if I can run away from you. as far as possible, as fast as possible, across the mountains here. They have more. They have an army of Iklas here because they have an Uklas nest. Oh no. Okay, they have a nest over there, right at the north of the continent. Move here. Okay. Well, what else can a guy do? I just gotta keep fighting. You actually took... yeah. Might have taken the scientist. Well, it doesn't really. It's 4-5... 4-3. I'd rather go 4-3. Are in need of credits. Are willing to 250 credits to our cause. Yeah, I would love. I don't have it. Check proposal details. We offer. I can offer. Oh, yeah. And you still look at that. Even if I offer you, you're still gonna the proposal. Okay, I'm gonna go into debt to help you. What do you say? Let's see if it works. Yes, I get into debt. I gotta test this, and let's see if that helped in any way with diplomacy. Okay, my scout is gone, probably. Look at that. He's paralyzed. Yeah, he's a goner. Barely any energy left. Treacherous world, indeed. Okay, let's see this. Yeah, you have some affinity because I gave you money. It's kind of douchey. I mean, I gave you the money. 2 points of affinity, just that. Okay. Hey, we want our secret accepted to help them out. Oh, envying one of our cities is way too heavy. And in here, wow, this is the grabbers area. Okay, let's go into the good old water again. You're from the Ashanti Union, okay. Explore the ruins on the north. So basically we have a grabber area, we have a Nicholas area, and in here I have no idea what we have in here, but we found some ether creatures here. Interesting configuration. Okay. Enter. Yeah, you're gone. My noble scouts actually twice now I lost scouts to ambushes. One in the ruins and another ambush by Ecluses on the north. Shame. We don't know the origin of these ruins. Okay, just search 5 Mucota. Okay. Okay, they're fighting here. They decided to go against Wandongo. Okay. Be quite honest. I'd love to see you fight. Oh, okay, I got money back. Excellent. Excellent. Well, still have 2 turns for the settler, 1 turn to a new citizen. Okay. So end turn. Should help a bit. And that beast is still here. Look at that. In fact, let me get... I have an extra citizen now. 57 turns, 19. Okay, it doesn't interfere in city growth. I'm gonna build it's time to build some military units. Let me see here. You deliver melee damage. Okay. Doesn't really have a proper armor. So I think I'm gonna go tank. I'm gonna build a tank. And an artillery tank. Okay, no, not enough funds. Fine, it's okay. I can build another tank anyway, so I'm gonna build 2 tanks. In order to protect Nutri. Clean up the area a little bit so I can build a new city. We have successfully finished our research on Road Area 2 yesterday, and is in the past, and tomorrow we shall be among the stars. Chancellor win. Okay, so soon we will reach space travel. So now I completed the quest. The emissary is happy with your performance as a ruler. 13 knowledge. Why do you want me to thrive as a ruler? It's very suspicious, if you ask me. Okay. Move here. Excellent. Now I have the problem being, I don't know, I'm not gonna go across that terrain, no way. I can just try to pull you down here, put you down here, but let me try and move you here just for a peek. Yeah. The problem is that if that ethereal... Okay, here it is. By the time I actually move out, it already spotted my settler. I have no doubt of it. Let me see if I can move it back. I can. I'm gonna move it back to the city because the thing is here, and I need a tank to come and take care of it, so I can block down another city here. And I think it would be an interesting terrain to just like right here, taking all of this to itself. Yeah, I think it would be interesting, if not ideal. Protected by this mountainous area here. Okay. But I still need a tank first. It entered the city. Human communication, yeah. That's what I was afraid of. It's actually, as I produce units, it's actually attacking the city. Settler itself, oh, the settler itself has been attacked. It took, yes, 35. Let's try to rest it till I can get this tank. I don't want to lose this, really. I have 1 turn to have a tank here. I think it can survive another attack, if I'm lucky. Wow, look at this. Everyone is now attacking the city. That's bad. Let's research this. Maybe not. Wait. Oh, I'm not gonna reach space exploration like this, so I need to. Oh, let's go armored warfare. First, because of the tanks that I'm producing. Let's hope that they survive, because they might attack from the south. They might invade the city as well, and that would be bad. Where is the other settler here? Here it is. Go. Okay. Choices, choices. Yeah, they're attacking. I'm gonna lose. Yeah, they destroyed my settler. I actually lost a citizen there. Well, I'm not learning how to play, so. Okay, lesson learned. Okay, I reached level 3 at least. Closer to safety. Creatures from a vermin nest close to new terrain are roaming around. Your citizens are very nervous about their presence. Oh yeah, it actually coincided perfectly. Destroying that nest will make our civilians feel much safer. Okay. Okay, I would love to know where are my tanks. I need these tanks now. Like, now. Check proposal details. I can't really renegotiate this, can I? Yeah, I'll trade the maps with you for only 3. A lesson learned the worst way possible. Never, ever, ever build a... Okay. At least one move left can take an enemy's units and initiate combat as if it is within attack range. Several factors are taken into account during combat. Unit health, damage, attack range, defense rating provided by the defending units. Yada. Okay. Minor victory, minor defeat. Yeah, I'm kind of screwed as well. Because I'm surrounded, they are going to attack this tank. And they will have time. But that's an interesting setting. So we decide to prepare a campaign of explorers and settlers, and tragedy strikes as the beasts of land decide to invade. Resentful and resented. Can I buy this? I can. I'm gonna buy this. And also I have no funds for this. Okay. So I'm gonna buy out, because then I can have at least another tank to fight. I have a chance now. Remote chance, but I have it. Please kill him. Yes! Thank you. You can be destroyed. It's okay. Because now, at the very least... So the tank is very ineffective against this. What I could do now is try to defend. Hold the position. I need 190, so because I need another turn to just kill this beast, this lust that we found in the ruins. So it's kind of like a classic RPG situation here. Bunch of adventurers, scouts in this case, goes into some ruins and awaken an ancient evil, and this thing comes out. You know, it's invading the city. my. Okay. I gotta keep at it. I have no choice. I gotta clean the area. So yeah, this is very interesting. It's a very interesting roleplay session and a very interesting learning session as well. Might as well take a look later on what we have on the hands of the emissary. Because now I have shards. I can sell the shards for credits. Yes, I can buy... Oh yeah, that's fantastic. I can sell the shards for credits, and I can buy out units for this. I can summon strong winds, or I can trade Osium for shards for Osium. Well, I'm gonna sell it. Sell it, yeah. Fulfill your wishes. Thank you. Now, I can come here and... It's vulnerable to kinetic damage, this guy, isn't it? I think so. No armor, apparently. Level 2. It's actually feeding on our people. Huh. The little bastard. I'm gonna take care of you. We're gonna take a look at this. Buy. Get some shock troopers. Buy. And get a vanguard. And again, buy. Yeah, you poked us. So now, guess what? I'm gonna put an entire army on your back. Oh, and also, I'm gonna build another settler. And 7 turns. Also, I can buy out a settler, and I'm gonna. This time. Alright. Who can I move? Could attack just a minor defeat, yeah, with the light tank. Let's attack the charge. He's actually attacking. I'm not moving towards his. Alright, now what? You're gonna run or not? You're almost dead. Something you would bring, like it, yes. Destroy planet. What? With it, every city and living being inhabiting it. Couldn't be regulated. For 10 essence shards I can explode the planet? Who are you? Seriously, who are you? Wow. Okay. Leave it there. Alright. The beast is dead. Okay, we have Grabber Nest. Yeah, I knew it. And now we can buy you. Fantastic. And also have leadership change available, so technocratic. I don't have pragmatism enough? Oh, I need to. Okay. I can pass this edict then again and now. Oh yeah, fantastic. There we go. Now we are a technocracy. We have implemented austerity measures certainly because of the alien invasion in our areas, in our districts. We have free healthcare because we care about our population. Now the tides are turning, and we have established a grant policy. So yeah, science will save us. Be not afraid, population. Citizens of New Terrain. Okay. Now I have some. Yeah. Now I can move the tank here. Clear the area. Love the tanks for these. What else do we have here? Well, I thought I had purchased tons of units. I only see one. Did the beast destroy all of them? I think the battle took a heavier toll than I would have considered. Or maybe because I transitioned too soon, I don't know, might have been. Because I started building the... And it's also kind of broken, this is kind of a... because of the attack. Well, it doesn't have anything on the queue, so yeah, end turn. Trade initiates. Are you interested in trading for one in your quota? Seems like a good deal, yes. Oh, you're laissez-faire. Okay, we are walking away from each other now. Okay, condemn leadership change diplomatic. No, I don't want to condemn anything. Alright. Choose another research now. No, let's... Now we go to level 2. We're gonna explore this space now. That's it. Now I have to move my units. Let me just move the tank a bit further so I can ensure the safety of my... Okay. Okay, what are you doing exactly? Why won't you let me move my tank? Fine, move the settler here then. It's not that risky. Now I can move the tank. I think I'm gonna sit this right here, maybe a bit further to the south because of the city. It would reach out here, wouldn't it? Yeah, okay. Could just go a bit further south, get these tiles around here. But yeah, I'd lose these. I'd lose 2 tiles at the very least. One would be plains, and then have one forest and desert. No, I think it would be nicer to have it here. So let's let the tank heal here. My god, I actually purchased 3 to 4 units. And that thing entered that. Well, it just spent the credits. Could have warned me that I couldn't just purchase so many units in one turn before I spent like 1500 credits, or it's a little less, but grasp my meaning. Frailed up, really. Okay. So yeah, we're about to build our second city. I'm going to return when the foundations are settled, and we'll continue this series.